Center in Salem, Arkansas. It's TMT News with news anchor Max Cates. Stand by for news.
And good evening. In the news tonight, a long-lost tombstone is brought home to rest. We'll have that story and more after these messages.
Merlina's designer outlet on the square in Salem has expanded. More room, more great buys on famous name brand merchandise. Gifts, t-shirts, caps, sportswear, and shoes for the entire family, plus party and formal dresses. Now you can buy 14-karat gold, silver, jade, and onyx jewelry, and leather and animal print purses. Now there's always a special sale going on at Merlina's designer outlet. Shop Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to 4 at Merlina's on the square in Salem.
Now is a great time to buy a new home or refinance your old home. Rates are better now than they've been for quite some time. So if you're thinking of buying, building, or refinancing, stop in and see us about a real estate loan. We're an equal housing lender. Bank of Salem, member FDIC.
We've stood the test of time.
Since 1908.
Good evening, Kate's here with TMT News from the heart of the Arkansas Ozarks in Salem, Arkansas. This is Monday, May 15th, 2000. A resident of Westville, Oklahoma, traveled to Salem Saturday to set a cemetery headstone at the State Line Cemetery north of Moco. Terry Rose is of Westville, says this is not a new headstone. It's a headstone that was discovered almost 10 years ago in a police station in Westville. He tells us of his efforts to find out where the stone belonged. And here we see him setting the upright stone. There is the one that was lost. And you see the death date is 1896, I believe it is, May 25th, 1896. So wherever it's been all those years, it's been gone a long time. And here we have Terry Rose of Westville, Oklahoma.
You just don't take much to get me to talk. In the early 1990s, Police Chief Eddie Rose in Westville, Oklahoma, found this old monument laying against a dumpster in what's called the Bushy Head edition of Westville. And we tried locally, or he tried locally, to find where maybe it belonged locally. Some kids had vandalized a cemetery or something. Couldn't find it. And it laid there for several years, and in February of this year, it was found in a closet there in the police department. And word was they needed the closet space and they might throw it away. And as a retired history teacher, I said, no, let me have a shot and see if I can find who it belongs to. I said, I don't think any tombstone ought to be thrown away. It ought to be reunited with where it was meant to be. So they gave me the job and said, you can't do it, but see if you can find it. And I started making phone calls and writing letters, called every Harding in the phone books I could find in our county and neighboring counties in Arkansas and everywhere, and checked with funeral homes everywhere. And one of the Hardings I had called her cousin. And this Terry Scarpan right here is a Harding descendant. She lives in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and she's got on the internet. I'm not computer literate, but she is, and she got on the computer and started looking, and we found Hardings all over the place, but none fit. But Barbara Stewart from Disney, Oklahoma, saw it on the internet and started looking, and she started playing with the name. She said, well, maybe it's not Mary, maybe it's Margaret or Martha, and she started playing with the name, and then she found it as Martha, where Martha and A.B. had gotten married and found their marriage date. And then she started checking into Martha and found out she was a Revis, and found out that her birth date and death date was the same as this person on this tombstone, and then found out she had married A.B. Harding. So her name may or may not be Mary. Probably it's not. She went by Frances, as best we can figure out, all of her life, which wasn't very long, 29 years. But anyway, the birth date's the same, the death date's the same, and she married A.B. Harding. And there's probably not two women in the world with the same birth date and death date that married the same man. So anyway, I feel it with a little pride and pleasure that I brought this back and put it where I felt it belonged, with the lady it was bought for. Even if maybe the name was wrong, I feel the tombstone belongs to this lady. And hopefully everybody else will feel the same, and it'll stay here for 100 years instead of being gone for another 100.
And that's Terry Rose of Westville, Oklahoma. The small flat stone was the one that was in place on the grave. That upright stone, the white upright, was the one that was lost. Now this stone here is one that Rose had carved at his own expense, explaining the story of the stone. And local residents Helen Bassam, Tommy Bassam, and Forrest Bassam assisted Rose in finding the State Line Cemetery and the grave site. But the reason why the stone was lost so long and found in Oklahoma remains a mystery. On May 14th at approximately 2:08 p.m., the Fulton County Sheriff's Department was notified that a motorcycle had been stolen from Body Works Body Shop on Highway 62 east of Agnes. After being advised of that, Deputy Sheriff James Humphrey contacted the owner of the motorcycle, Jonathan Gotti of Ash Flat, Arkansas, and he was informed that when Walsh of the body shop and Gotti had returned from the races at around 12 midnight, the motorcycle was still at the shop. However, when Walsh went by the shop on Sunday morning at around 9 a.m., the motorcycle was missing. The key was not in the motorcycle and the handlebars were locked, so the motorcycle would more than likely have had to have been hauled from the crime scene. The motorcycle did not have a license plate because it had been purchased only last month. It's a 1996 bright blue Yamaha FCR 600, and it's valued at approximately $6,500. The motorcycle was taken from the Body Works Body Shop. Sean Walsh is the owner. That's box 459 of Ash Flat. Anyone having any information about that is asked to call the Fulton County Sheriff's Department at 895-2601. This is a special week for nursing homes all across America, and it's no different at the Fulton County Nursing Home in Salem. We're visiting with Marilyn Hall, Activities Director, and Dave Jarvis, Administrator, here at the Fulton County Nursing Home and Rehab Center. Dave, this is National Nursing Home Week. Do you folks have anything special planned?
That's correct. We do. Today we're having gospel singing all day long. Wednesday we're having our open house and annual barbecue. We're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs. There'll be door prizes. Our family council is raffling off a quilt that was donated by one of the family members. The radio station will be out here doing live remotes. Hopefully we'll have a good turnout and good weather, and everybody's welcome to come out and meet with us that day from 11 to 1 on Wednesday.
And the Mattingly family will be here.
Oh yes, the
for
Mattingly.
entertainment.
And Marilyn, what else do you have going on?
Friday we have Celebrity Bingo, and we have a lot of celebrity callers from around the area. The Fulton County Hospital staff is coming. The Salem First Care Clinic staff, Smith Chiropractic Clinic, the staff from the Bank of Salem, Miller's Pharmacy, and the Highland Medical Clinic. And they'll be calling, and we have prizes that have been donated by local businesses.
Dave, I understand that something special is going to happen during that open house. Would you like to tell us a little about it?
Well, we have, we're going to be unveiling our architect's rendering of our new facility that will be opening sometime in the next few years here in Salem. So we're real excited about unveiling the plans for that.
Who all's invited to your barbecue?
Everybody's invited to our barbecue.
We'd especially like to thank all of our gospel singers today, the Salem Church of Christ, the Crossroads Church of Christ, the Salem Assembly of God, the Viola Assembly of God, and the Salem First Baptist Church. The residents really enjoyed it.
And here's that quilt which the family council at the nursing home is giving away in a drawing on Wednesday. Tickets are $1 each, and again, that open house begins at 11 a.m. Wednesday at the nursing home in Salem. That's a beautiful quilt. Striking design. The Salem Board of Education meets tonight at the superintendent's office. That meeting is scheduled to get away in about 20 minutes at 7 p.m. Congratulations to the Senior High School Quiz Bowl. They are ranked 12th in the state in the Class AA Division schools. Old Timers Day, often called the Fulton County Homecoming Festival, is scheduled in Salem on Friday, the 26th, and Saturday, May 27th. A regular feature of activities on Saturday is the Kitty Parade, sponsored by the Fulton County Hospital in Salem. Scott Moody is Ambulance Service Director at the hospital and is in charge of this year's Kitty Parade.
Yes, Max, for the past several years, Fulton County Hospital has been sponsoring the Kitty Parade during the Fulton County Homecoming Festivals down the square. This year, the parade's going to line up at 1 o'clock at Grady Sales. It'll go from there, proceed around the square to the bank parking lot on the corner. The Kitty Parade is open to everyone 12 years and younger. All the participants will get a ribbon. We just ask that the parents meet, if they're not going to walk in the parade with the kids, that they meet us over at the bank parking lot to pick everybody up after the parade's completed.
Scott, is there any pre-registration required, or should they get a hold of someone in advance?
If they have any questions, they can call me up here at the hospital. Telephone number is 895-2691, or just meet us all down there at Grady Sales or over at the fire station at 1 o'clock on the day of the parade, and we'll be more than happy to have everybody that shows up.
That's Scott Moody, the Fulton County Ambulance Service Director. And of course, vendors will set up booths around two sides of Court Square on Saturday, May 27th. Dixie Harris is in charge of booth rental for the Salem Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, Max. Today we need to talk about booth space. We have less than 12 left. We don't have any room for food booths anymore, so if you're wanting to sell food that day, you'll be out of luck. The booths go for $20 a space. I have some with electricity, not very much left. And we have quite a variety, and if you want a booth, just come by and see me, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay, Dixie, what phone number should they call if they'd like to get in touch with you?
They can call me at A True Value at 895-3217.
And is there a cutoff date for getting these booths?
As long as I've got a booth, I'll rent it right up to that morning. I'm easy going.
That's Dixie Harris for the Salem Chamber of Commerce. Again, she can be reached at 8 Hardware in Salem. That's there on the north side of the square. And the telephone there is 895-3217. The final meeting for the 51st Annual Fulton County Homecoming Festival Committee will be held tomorrow, May 16th, at 7:30 a.m. in the Orange Room of the North Arkansas Electric Cooperative. All committee members are asked to attend. T-shirts will be available for volunteers at the meeting, and the Homecoming Committee still needs a few volunteers to help with events. If you can help, plan to attend that meeting tomorrow morning, or contact Monty McCullough at the Salem Cable Company. Festival activities will get underway on Friday, May 26th, with a fish fry at the Salem Senior Center from 5 until 7 p.m. Fish and all the trimmings will be served, with the proceeds to benefit the Fulton County Senior Citizen Program. The First National Bank of Sharp County Street Dance starts at 8 p.m. on Friday night on the south side of the square. The Billy Joe French Band will provide music for the dance, which draws people from a wide area of North Arkansas and South Missouri. And the Saturday night street dance will be held on the south side of Court Square at 7:30 p.m. On Saturday evening, after the homecoming activities on the square on Saturday, the street dance starts at 7:30 p.m. Shaky Ground, a West Plains, Missouri group, will play for the Saturday night street dance. And we'll have more news right after these messages.
Good care close to home. That's a promise Fulton County Hospital keeps every day. And this is no new thing for the professionals at the Fulton County Hospital. They've been doing it for generations. Even so, the Fulton County Hospital continues to upgrade equipment to the highest of today's high technological standards. And the hospital now offers paramedic service for the entire area. Good care close to home. That's just a way of life at the Fulton County Hospital.
At 202 North College Street in Mountain Home is probably the most beautiful store in town. Wants and Wishes offers fabric selections, custom florals, color schemes, and beautiful accessories, gifts, and so much more. And they have a bridal registry, too. It's easy to find. Just take Business Route 62412 to the College Street traffic signal and turn left. Once you get there, you'll find Wants and Wishes is operated by a couple of Fulton County ladies, Jamie Dawkins DeLeo and Julie Ninemeyer Dawkins. Wants and Wishes, helping make your house a home. Telephone 870-425-9295. Well, we mentioned that Fulton County Homecoming T-shirts will be available for the volunteers at that committee meeting to be held tomorrow morning. Now, this is what the T-shirts look like this year. And let's see if I can get the thing up where you can see it. Monty McCullough designed this, and as you can see, it's got a terrapin racing into the new millennium, Fulton County Homecoming. These T-shirts are in, and they are on sale right now as we speak at an advance reduced price. Talk about bargains. They're only $8, and they're available at these locations: White Oak Station, Merlina's Designer Outlet, the Salem Drug Company, Levon's, and the Salem Fuel Center. Now, this advanced sale price is good only until the day of the festival. That's Saturday, the 27th. Then the prices go up to $10. Now, they also have a limited number of 2XL and 3XL sizes, and they are available at a slightly higher cost. Winners in the Homecoming Festival story writing contest are Nissa Curtis, a 9th grade student at Viola High School, and Megan Burke, a 7th grade student at Mammoth Spring School. There's no Salem winner because nobody from Salem entered the contest. The winners will receive a $50 savings bond and one of those festival T-shirts that we saw. Nissa's story was on the daily life of a young girl in the Elizabeth community 100 years ago. Megan's story was a diary recounting the attempted Mammoth Spring bank robbery back in the early 1900s. And the Homecoming Festival Committee thanks the teachers at Viola and Mammoth Spring who encouraged the students to enter that story writing contest. Well, with spring here and gardens out, it won't be long before canning season gets here. Pressure cooker gauges should be checked annually, and the Fulton County office of the Cooperative Extension Service has scheduled clinics in the following locations here in the county. On May 16th, that's tomorrow, at Union Planners Community Room at Mammoth Spring at 11 a.m. May 17th, Wednesday, the County Extension Office in Salem at 1 p.m. and June 14th, which is way off from now, at the Senior Citizen Center at Viola at 12:30 p.m. Now that's May 16th at Mammoth, May 17th at Salem, and then a month later, June 14th at Viola. Bring the canner lid only with the gauge attached to the clinic. Dial gauges only can be checked. The latest USDA food preservation recommendations will be available at the clinics or can be requested from the Extension office. Telephone 895-3301 for more information. And the Fulton County office of the Extension Service will conduct a special interest meeting and EHC leader training on family fun on Thursday, May 25th. The meeting starts at 1 in the Orange Room of the North Arkansas Electric Cooperative in Salem, and the meeting will give ideas for inexpensive family fun activities. It's open to everyone. If you need more information, call 895-3301, which is the Extension office's number. Jay Church is a science subjects teacher at Salem High School. He's been named a Teacher of the Year by Walmart, and we visited with him last week, and we asked him just how one becomes selected as a Teacher of the Year.
Well, as best I understand it, the principals and superintendents got together and submitted some information about me to the local Walmart store, and from there the local store made the decision on which person was chosen to win the award.
And there was a grant that came with this. Would you tell us about that?
Yes, the teacher selected gets a $500 grant to be used to buy science equipment for their local school. We're tickled to death to get that.
Well, what do you plan to purchase with this grant?
The final decision hasn't been made yet, but we're looking at possibly getting, using the money in or putting it in on the purchase of a couple of computers for our new science lab, along with some software to use while we're doing labs. So we're looking forward to researching that and seeing if that might be something we could use.
And that science teacher, Jay Church at Salem High School, a Teacher of the Year. Incidentally, the science teachers at Salem sponsor a rocket show and contest every year about this time. And sure enough, they're going to hold one tomorrow. It will be the 7th hour on the high school football field. Translated into civilian terms, that means about 2 o'clock. And the students will be out there with their model rockets, firing them and competing for distance and so forth. And if you'd like to attend, you'll be perfectly welcome out there. Tomorrow around 2 o'clock at the football field. It was a busy morning at the Fulton County Senior Center today. Hospice workers from the Calico Rock Medical Center performed blood pressure and blood sugar checks for the center patrons. We see these scenes here. The Bank of Salem also conducted a program at the center this morning on how to sign up for direct deposit of government agency checks. Pat Watkins and Betty Rourke of the Bank of Salem conducted that program. And if you're interested in how to sign up for direct deposit, why, give them a call at the Bank of Salem. And here we see the various checks, the blood sugar checks, and also the blood pressure checks. Pretty good crowd went through the lineup there. They served refreshments to those performing
Thank
the
you.
checks.
And I want to start off by saying thanks to all of the individuals that helped to make pies and come in the centers and make pies and do everything they could, running their legs off to help us get those pies out by Friday. Late afternoon Friday, and it was late afternoon Friday by the time we got them all delivered. Some was even delivered on Saturday, but it reaped its benefits by bringing in over $1,400 worth of money for the pie auction, or well, I won't say auction, by just making the pies for the individuals that had asked for pies. We had pie dough and pie flour from one end of us to the other, and Fern Ellis is to be commended greatly for heading up this little or big adventure of hers. She took on what was she thought might be a not so hard job, and it turned into be escalated into a major project, and we appreciate Fern for this effort. And also at Viola and Mammoth Spring, we don't know how many pies were made and sold there at this time, but we also know that some people made pies at home and sold them here in all three communities, and we appreciate that. And like I said, all I know of right now is $1,400, but I'm sure there's more than that out there. And then we had a lot of individual and business and organization donate some money to our Fulton County program, Radio Meals on Thons, Radiothon, and it will be on tomorrow from 11 to 3. Don't forget to listen to your radio station tomorrow, May 16th, from 11 to 3, from 11 a.m. in the morning till 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Because if you haven't had a chance to make a pledge toward this project, please do so, and we can use that as matching funds for the craft company. They are going to match our money that we make and that we pledge, and which we have had some pledges made. But we will have the opportunity to match those pledges on May 16th from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m.
And that's County Director Connie Godwin. Merlina's Designer Outlet on Court Square conducted a special drawing for Mothers in honor of Mother's Day. We were on hand today as the two winning tickets were drawn. Here's Merlina McCullough with two young ladies to do the drawing.
Yes, at Merlina's Designer Outlet, we're giving away two $25 gift certificates for our mothers who came in the store. And I have two good helpers here and who would help me draw those gift certificates. And this is Mackenzie Martin, daughter of Lisa and Tony Martin. And of course, this is my Stephanie, my 9-year-old Stephanie McCullough. And they're going to get each one a $25 gift certificate. Go ahead, girls. Can you get one? Can you mix them up? Okay. Okay, the first one is Chelsea McGuffey and looks like a Salem number. So we'll give her a call. Okay, mix up for the second one. Can you read? Cordy.
Cordy Reynolds.
Okay, from Salem also. So we'll give them a couple ladies a call and tell them to come on in. Okay. Thank you.
And Chelsea McGuffey, the winning tickets drawn there. Weather news tonight is brought to you by the video station in the Shaver Complex, Highway 62 412 in Salem. Mostly cloudy tonight, a chance of showers at the low of 55 to 60. The wind will be about 5 miles an hour from the southeast, 30% chance of rain, and if we get any, it'll be about 1/10 of an inch. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a 30% chance again, windy with a high near 80, southwest wind at 15 to 25 miles per hour and gusty. On Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, a 30% chance of showers, lows in the lower 60s. Wednesday, partly cloudy, a high in the low 80s. Thursday, scattered strong storms with a low in the low 60s, a high in the mid-80s. And on Friday, scattered thunderstorms with a low in the upper 50s, a high in the mid-70s. Right now, skies are mostly cloudy. The relative humidity is 65%. Barometric pressure is 30.12 and falling. Hey, it's Monday. That means at the video station you rent one, get one free. And tomorrow, Tuesday, half price on games. Old movies are only 50 cents each. Give them a call at 895-5252, the video station in Salem. Stay tuned for Southern Missouri Bluegrass. That real good picking and a grinning and a singing that's coming right up after the news. We'll be back tomorrow night with more TMT News. Until then, this is Max Cates. Good night.